Captain. Captain. What are you doing, Baba? You just don't feel good? Hey. Hey. Captain. Captain. What are you doing, buddy? Hey. What's this? Can you hear it? What's that? What is that? Can you hear it? I know it's the first day on your new food. I know. Mama don't like it either, honey. I love you, though. I'm gonna have to syringe you some water here in a little while. Your food and stuff. You gonna try go potty? Come here. Come here, Bubba. Come here. Come here, baby. Okay. All right. The drooling, the tongue. Basically, it's liver failure. It's not really liver failure. It's the food that he eats has to be renal now. He also has to be on a syrup 3 times a day until he can get an ultrasound. Basically, they think that his liver, the blood vessels go around the liver instead of through the liver. So when he eats, or how he's been eating, and this is because of bad breeding. This is because people don't vaccinate their animals, and then you get them on, from somebody who says they're a great person on buy, sell, or trade, or whatever, and you end up with a sick animal. So, basically, he has to, when he was eating regular food, and because of bad breeding, and yes, that is my German Shepherd, who has all of his vaccinations. When they're sick, you take them in, you do what you're supposed to do. Anyway, he has, or is going to need, a very expensive surgery because of this woman in town who is getting away with breeding a cat. I've tried to talk to her. She thinks it's funny, apparently, to have a 9 and 5-year-old cat who's never been vaccinated, who wanders town, lies about things, and this is the result. So, you spend, I think it's up to $1,400 now, just $900 in the last week. I have an amazing vet who, I don't get very much taxes, but it's going to go to him, and bills, as usual. So once again, can't buy that couch. I still got that holy couch I've had for 8 years. But your animals come first. And I'm appalled that we do not, in the state of Michigan, have a mandated vaccinate your cat. When I asked her for vet records, she said she's never taken her cats to a vet. She's had them the male is 9 years old. The female is 5 years old. I still haven't seen the female. Apparently all the other siblings, but answers of how many times have they been bred, where they've gone, it's like no answers. Just, in fact, she even said laugh out loud and whatever. So this little guy, when he was eating regular food, back to what I was saying, I get sidetracked because this is heartbreaking. The ammonia that they get from all this food you buy, whether it's 4Health, I don't care what it is, if they're not functioning properly, the ammonia is so high it causes neurological problems. And this cat has fought since the day I got him, 7 weeks old, according to her. Honestly, I think he was way younger. He was infested with fleas 2 days later. He had an upper respiratory infection. I have pictures to prove it. Bad shape. He was in the vet the next day. For 6 months, this did not come on. Last week he had the runny nose, but the saliva and the tongue was a new thing for me. And so they thought upper respiratory. Well, then he was on, and he still is, 2 days of azithromycin. And basically, this is what he'll do. Now that we had blood work done yesterday, and it was a $900 $700 office visit to do specific blood work to test for bioacids. The normal range for a cat is 0 to 14, and he has a 296. So they have a pretty good indication of what's going wrong. But now he has got to have an ultrasound, which where we live, we don't have. MSU is the only place. I'm a single parent. This was my daughter's birthday gift. And everybody says just put him down. How can you just get away? How does somebody get away with, oh, well, I hope your cat does well. It's just a cat. Well, it's not just a cat to me. He's a part of the family. He has a name. His name is Captain. He is my buddy. And he's trying so hard. And we don't know where this is going to go, but I do know that this is going to incite change because I cannot tolerate somebody like that. And there are a lot of somebodies like that who not only do this to cats, but dogs and other animals. And it's atrocious. You wouldn't do it or allow it for children or human beings. Stop allowing it for animals. It's not right. It just isn't right. And now I have to figure out, how do I get my cat 5 hours away? They want payment up front, Michigan State University. Not sure what it's going to cost. They're thinking $400 to $500 just to do ultrasounds. Then they said if he does need a specific surgery, it's $2,500 to $4,000. I'm just one person. There's so many animals out there, and there are responsible owners. And I've donated to every cause you can think of, people, animals. And I feel like some people, they think that money is more important than people or even an animal. And I really wish more people would fight for change. And if I had the money, if it was a $10,000 surgery and I was a millionaire, I would spend it. If I thought for one moment it would extend his life and let him have a long life. He is 6 months old. He has not lived. His life has been horrible from the start, and the woman who has a hand in it thinks it's funny. So this is going out there to everybody. Just beware that there are people out there. I'm not sure what each state has, but this is what happens when people breed and they don't vaccinate. You end up with sick animals, large vet bills, broken hearts, and nothing ever changes. So I hope nobody goes through this. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.